Now, leading our bulletin, following a deadly shootout between a gang of alleged robbers and police in Rosettentville last week, 10 suspects returned to court where they face 8 counts of murder, attempted murder, possession of firearms, unlicensed rather, and ammunition, possession of explosives, hijacked vehicles, and conspiracy to commit a cash and transit heist. The 10 suspects are part of what's believed to be a group of at least 25 individuals whose alleged plot to carry out a CIT heist was foiled by crime intelligence. The robbery left 8 suspects dead and 4 police officers injured. eNCA's reporter Govan Whittles is following this court case for us and joins us now. Good morning, Govan. What is the latest coming from the court corridors?
Good morning. Well, it was a brief appearance by the men accused of being in this cash and transit heist gang, and they appeared here at the Joburg Magistrates Court. Unfortunately, proceedings were postponed yet again. That's after the attempt by the state to verify their addresses in Johannesburg, in South Africa, failed in most part, and there were also some issues around the papers that were produced to the authorities once their nationalities were checked and their asylum status was also checked. But let's get some specifics from the spokesperson of the NPA in Gauteng, Ms. Pindi Low Mjonondwane. Thank you so much for your time, ma'am. Firstly, the magistrate mentioned that some of the addresses couldn't be verified. Whose addresses are these?
Well, we have few of the addresses that were verified and were found to be positive. Accused number 6, one came back positive, but unfortunately he was on parole at the time he was arrested for the same crime, and therefore his parole had to be revoked. And accused number 5 is also a Zimbabwean national, though his address was verified.
That's only 2 addresses, and the rest of them you've been unable to verify the addresses. Can you give us some information on why?
Remember that the process of address verification, we rely on the information that is provided to us by their attorneys of the addresses that they are using, and that needs to be confirmed. So the process has started and it's ongoing. As I've said, that 2 of the addresses came back positive. It's not that they were not verified, it's only that they are not confirmed to be positive addresses.
All right, and then of course they will be submitting alternative addresses, the defense, but 2 other issues came out today, which is that the Botswana national and the Zimbabwe national were not able to provide any papers showing that they're in the country legally. So does the NPA then try to get the papers from them again, or would you now hand this process over to Home Affairs, and what would be their status? Who would take care of them now that you've established they don't have legal papers?
Well, that information has been confirmed that 3 of them are Zimbabwean nationals, and there's also one that is a Botswana national. So the investigating officer is working closely with the Department of Home Affairs, and it shouldn't be a problem for us to confirm such information.
Now that you know they're illegal foreign nationals, do you keep them in the Correctional Services Center, or do you take them to Home Affairs' repatriation center?
Well, after the information has been verified and confirmed, obviously the necessary steps will then follow in terms of taking the necessary action as we would normally do when somebody is found to be illegal in the country. And another route would be to add then another charge, because remember now that they are facing allegations, and therefore the only reasonable thing to do would be to add another charge of being in the country illegally on top of the accusations that they are already facing.
And the representative for the accused also seemed to imply that there was some confusion or malice in them being placed with the sentenced prisoners at a Pretoria CMAX facility, while he would have wanted them to remain in Johannesburg. Could you tell us why that's happened and what your response is to that?
Well, there's nothing malice about it. As the prosecutor have mentioned in court, that the investigating officer was informed by the head of the prison at Johannesburg Correctional Services that it is currently not safe to keep all accused there because they are busy with renovations. Hence, an arrangement was then made for them to be moved to Pretoria CMAX.
All right, thank you so much. That's the spokesperson for the NPA in Gauteng. And at CMAX, they've asked to be kept with awaiting trial inmates and not those that have already been sentenced. And we're here at the Joburg Magistrates Court just to let you know that earlier there was a huge police presence here from the police's tactical response team, also senior members of crime intelligence in the province, and they clearly have a lot of attention on this case and trying to make sure that not only the accused are kept in custody safely, but they're able to prosecute this case as successfully as possible. Now it's back to you.